How's it, Bjorn? Thanks for taking the time to chat to us.
No problem, thanks for having me.
Look, let's jump straight into it. I mean, having sort of looked at your background a bit, I know you're more an economics man, and that's sort of what you studied. So it'd be interesting to know sort of your process to how did you get to the point where you actually co-founded LMS Cricket?
Yeah, well, my passion's always been in sports, in particular cricket, and I was working in a bank in the UK for 6 years, and then in 2005 we started Last Man Stands with my business partner Wayne Grieve, after hosting a triangular between old boys from St Stithians, Cares, Jeppy in London, and the guys had such a great day they said we should do it every weekend, and from there we grew Last Man Stands.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I mean, the format of Last Man Stands is quite different to a traditional T20 game.
Right.
Maybe if you could just maybe run us through what these differences are and then what the thinking was behind making these changes.
Okay, right, so it's 8 a side as opposed to 11 a side. We've got a few quirky rules such as the double play and the steal, where a batsman can get caught and his batting partner can get run out at the same time. We've also got the home run, where if the last ball of the innings is hit for a 6, it counts for 12, which makes it quite exciting towards the end. And we've got 5 ball overs as opposed to 6.
Okay.
The thinking was to speed up the game as well as increase participation of each player on the field, where 11 a side sometimes you don't really get much value out there on the field when in 20 overs.
If you can't bat or bowl, then they tend to shun you.
And you're fielding third man all day. It's not great, yeah.
And changing? I mean, is it change after every over, or how does it work?
Yeah, so one of the things we've changed over the last few years, originally it was we would change ends after each over, but we realized that that's actually quite a waste of time. So to speed things up, we bowled 10 overs from one end and then 10 overs from the other end, which works really well. It's a simple thing, and it saves about 20 minutes in the game.
Oh yeah, and if you are that unlucky guy that is fielding third man all day, you don't have to actually move. You can just stand still for 10 overs at a time.
Yeah, you can take a break in the sun and in the shade under a tree, and when your captain calls you to bowl, just be ready.
Nice. And then, I mean, look, it's taken off tremendously, and I know that this has become an international game, and I'm assuming with the help of your partner and your business partner in London, you were able to spread the game as quick as it is. I mean, in which countries is LMS being played at this stage, and what do you think makes it so popular?
Right, so we played as far as America and the Emirates, the United Arab Emirates, Pakistan, Dhaka, in Bangladesh, Australia, of course, is one of our biggest hubs, New Zealand, and South Africa as well. It's popular, I think, because it's a fast-paced game. You get 2 hours of action-packed cricket, and with our modern lifestyles, it fits in well to everyone's time constraints that they have with family, work, and just have that balance.
And I mean, in terms of, I mean, you mentioned to me before we started in terms of player stats, etc. And you guys get quite into these, and players are able to really follow their progress in the league. How does this work?
Yeah, so after each game, the umpire will take the score sheet and input them into our website, and will produce the players' stats. So each game that you play in, you get a record of what you've done, and based on those stats that you've got, we give them rankings, and it's the same for teams. So each player will have their own player profile, and each team will get their own team profile as well that they can follow and see their progress as they play each game. We're actually undertaking a whole new project to overhaul our stats and rankings. It's been a 3-month project, and hopefully in April it's going to be really a lot more diverse. There's an extra 30 pages per player going to be added to the system, which is quite exciting.
So really give in-depth stats for each player.
Guys are going to be able to waste a lot of time at work, hopefully reviewing how they've done on the weekend.
I can imagine that can be quite addictive.
Yeah, we get emails all through the night from guys checking and asking why they've got certain stats and how it's calculated, and yeah, it's great to see the guys' passion for the game.
So, I mean, I know you guys run a lot of leagues at any one time. There's winter leagues, summer leagues, spring leagues, etc. And over and above that, there are also these tournaments that are being played at sort of regular intervals. Maybe tell us a bit more about that and what the thinking is behind these tournaments.
Right, so we've got the World Champs that's been announced in Cape Town in 2017. And in the build-up, we're calling it the Race to Cape Town. And we're hosting 60 tournaments around the world where teams can get qualification points in order to play at the World Champs, because we've only got space for around 32 teams.
Okay.
And we've got 2,000 teams in the world. So you need to get your 250 points in order to qualify for the event.
All right. And then, I mean, just get everyone together? Is that a 3-4 day thing, and it's just a lot of cricket and a lot of fun?
Basically, I mean, each tournament's slightly different. We've had 2-day tournaments that are just weekend affairs in the UK. We had the Cape Town Open last year, which was a 5-day tournament. And it depends. Each tournament, you pay a different entry fee. And depending on how many games you get, there's different points available. But the New York Open, which is going to be a 5-day tournament, and there's 350 points available for teams. Also for the World Champs, quite exciting. We've got a $10,000 cash prize for the winner.
That should get a couple more people down there.
Definitely, and we'll see the competitive juices flowing.
I mean, when you got this started, who was the target market? Was it guys like you, or?
Yeah, well, we noticed that when we were playing club cricket for about 6 years in the UK, and when we looked around our mates, no one was playing anymore, and we all know there was a serious amount of South African talent in the UK, and guys just weren't playing because to get into a club in the UK was difficult, number one, different cultures, and they just didn't have the time. So we looked at the age group of 20 to 35 guys with a little bit of money, earning power, and professionals that were, had a love for cricket but just weren't playing. So cricket's a great game, and we managed to get the guys back involved, which is quite exciting.
And has that sort of stayed your demographic, or have you found it to have spread to maybe an older group and a younger group as well?
Not so much younger, but yeah, I mean, it's generally 20 to 35. We get a few old teams. There's the fossils that are playing. Got a few 50-year-olds in there, but yeah, traditionally it's 25 to 35 years is the majority of our players.
Okay. And then, I mean, with LMS going forward, I mean, what are the goals with LMS? Where are you guys looking to go with this thing?
Right,
I mean,
so you mentioned some of our demographics. We want to obviously hold on to our players, so we're adding a Masters League to our World Champs as well for the guys over 30 and above.
Nice.
So we'll hopefully get a more diverse age group. We want to add in Last Women's Stands, which has been quite successful in the UK.
Okay.
We want to launch it in South Africa. We've got a little ladies league going in Alex, which is quite nice. We really want to work on our development leagues in South Africa. It's one of our big projects to get more community cricket going in for the disadvantaged. But yeah, we just want to get bigger and better and improve all the time, consistently.
Maybe just tell me a bit more about the development leagues. I mean, how did this come about, and how you guys go about this? Is it a case of channeling some of your funds into cricket development and the community upliftment, or?
Yeah, so where it is at the moment, it's very low profile. We've funded a little pitch in Alex at one of the Skian Primary School, and we have about 32 teams that play there once a weekend. We've got a mixed league of boys and girls in the under 8, and then we've got an under 13 league as well. And it's all from the primary schools, and we want to use this model and take it around South Africa. And that's one of the development strategies we've got in for South Africa at the moment. From there, we want to scout for really talented players and put them into the schools like Cares, St. Stithians, and really where our sporting foundations, all our stars come from there. Hisa Robada. We're looking to find someone like that.
Okay.
So it's a double-edged attack where we're actually spreading it to the masses as well as looking for talent.
And I mean, if someone wanted to get involved in any way, well, I suppose firstly, just wanting to actually play Last Man Stands cricket, why would they go about it? Who would they need to talk to? What website?
The easiest way is to email me, Bjorn at lastmanstands.net, or go to our website, which is lastmanstands.com, and all the information's on there.
Fantastic, Bjorn. Thanks a lot for your time, and I'm sure it will go from strength to strength.
Thanks very much, Matthew.